Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today, we're here to go over my quick thoughts and impressions on the very first Lethal Adversaries event featuring Barty Jr., the feature overall, and some quick tips that I picked up and the community has shared to help with future Lethal Adversaries events, because we got a ton coming up just for this month alone. So, without further ado, let's dive right on into the tips. All right, so let's start with my overall impressions of the Lethals feature and the event thus far. And the first thing I got to get out of the way is the difficulty. These casts are not easy to take out, especially without the MAXIMA attack. And they did that on purpose, but nonetheless, I like that. You might be on the other end of the spectrum like, I'm not feeling the difficulty. I think it's too hard. But I'm enjoying the challenge because of the rewards I'm getting. Just the sheer number of gold we're getting, whether completing the task or the chain itself. You're getting what, over 500 gold once completing a chain for Barty Jr.? And then the data books, which is like over 4 or 5 from one chain. Like, that is amazing. The silver keys, the potions, like I can go on and on. So that is so cool. I have not been below like 1,000 or 2,000 gold since this event started, which is insane. And I've been brewing a ton of XpectoGO potions. I've just been buying ingredients. Like, it's amazing. Now, the overarching negative is the feedback I've been getting from you guys, which is cats getting kicked out. Now, there's reasons why. There's a couple of bugs we know about that can be avoided, which we'll talk about once we get into the tips and guides portion from the community. But the other aspects with cats getting kicked out is, I don't know a workaround. And that has hindered a lot of people's experience with the new feature and the event thus far. All right, next up, we have some tips from the community. I actually put out a questionnaire in our XpectoGO Discord asking what are some tips or tricks or guides you guys think could help the Wizards Unite community moving forward with future events featuring Umbridge, Bellatrix, Lucius, and of course Lord Voldemort himself. So shout out to you guys for coming in clutch and answering these questions. And one of the first ones is going to be concerning the MAXIMA attack, a new feature with these lethals. And Plotter 101 came in with the charges and the charge meters for each foe. So shout out to Plotter, and he actually put out an infographic which we'll go over later. So the charges, he has it broken down. XpectoGO charges up your MAXIMA attack meter by 1, and then attack charges it up by 2. Then with the potions, XpectoGO potions, normal one charges up by 1, strong charges it up by 2, potent charges it up by 3. We got the whip potion, which charges it up by 2, and then lastly, your healing potion, which charges it up by 1. Now, each foe is going to have a different amount of different slots to charge it up. So for the first foe, you're going to need 8 to charge it up. You're going to need 10 for the second and third, and then for the lethal foe themselves, Umbridge, Bellatrix, of course Barty Jr., Lucius, and Lord Voldemort, you're going to need 12 total. And again, going to the infographic from Plotter 101, he has that broken down alongside some other valuable information: the damage output for each profession, first strike for the Aurors, Magizus, and professors, whether it's normal attack or getting a crit, the amount of damage, and the amount of damage done with each of the potion usages and combos. So that's going to be very useful. Again, I'll have that link below. You guys go check it out. But he has it breaking down also with all the information concerning how it works. So definitely go check that out below. Speaking of MAXIMA attack, we have a tip from Netrunner72, a patron member, shout out, concerning the MAXIMA attack and the bug where you get kicked out after casting it, trying to cast it twice in a row after it was dodged initially. So the tip states, if the foe dodges when MAXIMA is cast, don't use again until you have collected 11 or more to recast. And collected means charge it back up again. Even though visually it says it's charged, it's not. Do not touch the MAXIMA attack after it has been dodged the first time. charge it up. And this is where knowing that Protego charges it up by 1, your attack charges it up by 2, Potent charges it up by 3, so forth and so on. Keep counting in your head until you get past 11, 12 once you get to Barty Crouch Jr., and then it's safe to use your Maxima attack again. This is after it's initially dodged. All right, so remember that, and shout out to Netrunner for the tip. Speaking of bugs, Wudon in the Discord states that something they've noticed is when fighting a lethal, I'm out walking. If my portmanteau has become ready, it has a better chance of kicking me out. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Now, other people have mirrored or agreed with this. Walking around and the GPS drift kind of interferes with the lethal adversaries encounter, so sometimes cats have been getting kicked out. So keep that in mind. You might want to stay still if you're trying to grind lethals. Next one is from Albus Wolfric Dumble Debbie stating, used maxed ore, only hit the foe when the Maxima is full. Refill it with Protego and healing potions. Use Potent plus Wit. You can take it down the whole chain with 1.5 Potents, 2 Wits, 8 healing potions, and only use about 17 spell energy. So she has it broken down as to how much potion and spell energy usage she's gone through as playing as a max ore with the lethal skill tree full and her SOS skill tree, particularly with the potions maxed out as well. So remember that, and that applies to the infographic from Plotter as well. But everyone's been saying use or. I've been playing as an or. I'm not a maxed out or. My lethal skill tree is only 2 out of the 5 nodes full, but that first strike is something serious. Like, you can take it down, especially mixed with a Wit, a Potent, and the Maxima attack initially. If you get that critical hit, you can get them below 25% easy, which is very nice to see. So definitely, if you can, play as an aura, and if you can't, just make sure you maximize your potion usage, and don't be afraid to use your potents particularly. Dumble Debbie also comes in clutch with a tip on how to conserve your potent and wit sharpening potion while waiting for your Maxima attack to charge up. And she's answering the question from Monsoon Josh, which states, I wish there was a way to save potions and use them when you want to use the potion cast. And Debbie says you can. Just don't attack again until the Maxima bar refills. You can refill it with Protego and healing potions. Now, this will take longer, especially once you get to Barty Crouch Jr., but technically you can save your wit and your potent for only your Maxima attacks by charging it up, just Protego and healing potions. So something you can apply if you want to conserve your potent and wit sharpening potions. Next tips are concerning your gold usage, and this one's from Betsy1 stating, use an EDM because you get enough gold to replace it. And this is what I talked about earlier in regards to 500 gold if you're able to complete a chain. 300, I believe, in 30 is enough to get one, so you still have enough to brew some more potents and wits or normal extremely potions or even healing potions if you need it. So use your EDMs, because if you are going through those chains, you're getting that gold right back to buy another one. So it's as if you're not even losing an EDM because of the amount of gold you're getting back, which is very clutch. Speaking of gold, we got one from Ando stating you get enough coins back just to burn potents, fast brew them using a rental cauldron, buy the ingredients, and still have extra coins after that. Like, yo, you'll have potents which will come in clutch, which will allow you to complete the adversary chain, particularly lethals, way faster, which means you get more gold faster and increases your chances of placing those images and working on the lethals pages, which is, yo, again, so clutch. But yo, that is my first thoughts and impressions of the event and the lethals featured thus far, plus some of the tips from the community. Shout out to the XpectoGO Discord community coming in clutch with some tips. If you guys have any extra tips and tricks that you guys have noticed in regards to the lethals feature, workarounds, whatever it is, comment below. Let me know. Let's talk some Harry Potter Wizards Unite. But yo, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and hanging out with your boy. We have a lot of content coming up. We got another event. We got more infographics coming. We got a lot of stuff. Plus, we're trying to end the game on a bang. So be sure to follow us on our various forms of social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. And of course, here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We have a lot of stuff planned, and we were working with the community to put together just to, again, end this game out on a bang. So be sure to join us. But yo, you guys have a great start to your week. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.